Welcome and joyful to see you there. Well, we can't really see you, but it's what we say, isn't it? This is Joanne Callan, in our Thursday morning regular spot. And you have some news for the people right away, Joanne.
I do indeed.
What are you going to tell them about?
It's an event in aid of the Southern Area Hospice, which we spoke about in quite detail, I think, last week.
We did.
So, it's always a cause that's well supported in the local area by local people. So it's a sale of old and new, used and unused items, organised by Mrs. Pat Carroll of MG Oils and Emer McQuillan of Michael Goss and Co. And it's at Mayo Bridge Social Club on the Old Road, Mayo Bridge, Saturday the 8th of February from 9 until 4 and Sunday the 9th of February from 10 until 4. Admission's £2 and light refreshments included. And all proceeds to the hospice. So
that's Saturday and Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday of this week, yes.
Now, you have another thing up your sleeve for tonight.
I do indeed. I have an event on tonight which I suppose ticks two boxes. One, it's a charity fundraiser for Women's Aid. And the other bit of it is that it's an education evening and a bit of pampering and relaxation. So some information on really how we can avoid chemicals in skincare products. And
will you be doing things there?
Yes, we'll be doing bits and pieces. And it's at the Hub in St Colman's Park, just above Deneen,
opposite the church there.
Opposite the Church of Ireland, is it?
Yeah, Church of Ireland, yeah.
And I suppose the entrance is in off Hill Street.
Oh, it is. You come, you're up as though you're going up the hill. It's there, yes. Yeah. It's the first door there you get in.
So that's the Hub this evening, and the entrance there is £4, and all proceeds to Women's Aid.
Yeah, to Women's Aid. Women's Aid this time, and the one that's for hospice is Mayo Bridge this weekend.
Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Shall I tell me who? I'll let you tell me who wrote this and who delivered this. You can guess this. I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship. I see your beauty. I hear your need. I feel your feelings. My wisdom flows from the highest source. I salute that source in you. Let us work together for unity and peace. Who said that?
I believe it's Gandhi.
Yes, it's Gandhi. Well done. Yeah, well done, that woman.
I was trying to tie between Gandhi and a Buddha.
No, it's Mahatma Gandhi. Well done, that girl. What have you done with your voice?
Yes, my voice is, well, I have to practice what I preach on it and say it must be holding in some thoughts or not expressing what I'm thinking. So I need to tap into whatever that is. Or there's a stifled creativity maybe in there somewhere that's not getting out. So,
you got a sore throat, that's what you got.
Well,
never mind the stifled creativity. The woman's got an infection in her gub and her throat, but it's in your chest. It's in your.
I run with the stifled creativity side of things, and the holding in, not being able to express myself. As I say, I have to practice what I preach.
Yeah, it's very evident in your speech this morning, so you need to watch yourself. Would you allow yourself some drizzled honey?
Oh yes, I've had some honey this morning and some eucalyptus as well. So it has greatly soothed it. So
that's good. Yeah, good.
But I mean, it's all good. It sounds much worse than it feels. So
I'm blessed. I'm 70 now, and I've never ever, until now, experienced physical pain in my life. Never did. Until now with my knee. That's the first of it, the very first of it. And it's a low level pain is a hell of a thing, constant. That low, constant thing, all that sort of stuff. But anyway, it's improving. And isn't it amazing? Our health service is great. I can go over there and see the doctor. Mark wasn't there. And it was a lady doctor, Susan, can't remember her second name, I should, but she's one of Mark's colleagues. And she said, we'll get an x-ray. She sent me up to the hospital. Up to the hospital we went, and I went. Just walked in. Lots of people. I said to the lady, how long do you reckon it might be? And the lady in the hospital said, well, 15 minutes. 20 minutes later, I was out, gone, x-ray done. And then I go to see Mark about it. But I mean, it's an interesting thing to be ailing at a certain time of one's life. Yeah. What have you been doing this week?
This week, this week is sort of flown past. Yes, I've been organising the event for tonight. Has been a big part of this week.
And is that tonight's event? Is it going to put a big requirement on you? What will you be doing?
No, it should be fine.
You'll be doing some of the pampering.
Yes, I'll be doing some of the pampering.
And who else?
And the people themselves. So anybody that comes along, any of the ladies that come along tonight, will be engaging in a bit of pampering themselves, because I think
How
it's
do they
important.
pamper themselves?
Well, we'll have a
It's an
wide
interesting
range
concept,
of,
isn't it?
Yes, and that's one of the things that I'm quite passionate about, is self-care.
Yeah.
So it shouldn't always be about having to go to somebody else. It can be short, small things. And
this is clever, yeah.
with the range of products that we'll use, because they're all aromatherapy based, simply the smells, taking a wee bit of time out, the use of the essential oils will be pampering in itself. So we hope to have a beautifully smelling building by the end of this evening.
You will.
And with products, for example, honey and orange facial scrubs, and lots of delightful treats and things, rose water, frankincense moisturisers. So there'll be lots of smells.
Did you ever hear the like of it? It's a long way from frankincense moisturiser that I was raised. It just... Carbolic soap was the thing. It came in a lump of carbolic soap. But that's interesting about self-care, because, and I keep returning, I don't mean to bore you with keep coming back to it, but it's my way of existing. I know that when I get up, that's an hour that's going to occur of me looking after me for that hour. Yeah. Right from the business of shaving through to the shower, ironing the shirt. And there's no overlap in the activities. When I'm shaving, I'm shaving.
So
then I go out, then I'm out and I'm ironing my shirt. Done. Bring the shirt into the bed that I've already made up and ready for the night. And then, after that, shower. And don't rush it. Don't rush it. And having showered, then the most boring part of the shower is drying, because that's it's not such a pleasing, if you're drying and all the rest of it. It's a wee bit cold, and I don't put heat on in the morning. And then start to dress, and then it's a question of having my breakfast. And breakfast, this is very much in line with what you're talking about, I believe. And breakfast will be 2 Weetabix, 1 chopped banana, and then after that, a segmented orange with 5 tablespoonful of pumpkin seed oil. And that's me ready. I then wash the teeth, and then I'm ready to go. And I'm warm, and I'm driving up the road feeling like an emperor of ancient China. I feel so good. Yeah. You really do feel good.
And I think, it's about getting things to fit into lifestyles. Depending on the increase of responsibility, really, in one's home, or particularly where women have younger children and things like that, having an hour to themselves in the morning is bliss. Yeah. Without somebody screaming, or without trying to get somebody out of bed, or whatever, all that sort of stuff that goes on. So I think it's important that women do take time for themselves, and it might be 5 minutes. It might be that the shower gel that you use has oils in it that's going to help you to feel better throughout the day, because you're doing it anyway. You're going to have to shower. But a bigger part of tonight is educating people really on the amount of chemicals that are in many of the products that we're using, and why we should be trying to avoid them. Yeah. And not just in skincare products, but also in female sanitary products and things like that. There's a serious amount of chemicals that our bodies are exposed to.
That's no good.
Really? No good no, it's...
You see, there was once a time that you go into the shop and you look at the shelf for shampoo, say. So and you're looking for a shampoo that hasn't been tested on animals. Doesn't work anymore. They don't put that on the can anymore. You get what's on the shelf, and I'm talking here of Tesco, and I'm talking of Sainsbury's. You cannot find a shampoo hasn't been tested on animals. And the testing on animals is a dreadful thing. The animal's head is in a lock, and the eye it's held open, and it's drip, drip, drip onto the eye to the extent of great pain being inflicted. But I mean, chemicals and all that sort of stuff is ongoing, you know.
Yeah, there's so many. I mean, since the end of World War II, they say that we've had between 70 and 100,000 different chemicals introduced into our lifestyles.
My goodness.
I would be of the belief that what we put on our body is as important as what we put into it.
Of course.
Because our skin is the biggest organ. And it basically, anything that we put on our skin, it takes 26 seconds before it's in our bloodstream.
What?
26 seconds before.
My God. So my bloodstream's full of patchouli oil.
Patchouli oil, or even, I mean, the chemicals in shaving foam.
Yes,
or,
of course.
Any of the products that, shower gels, there's so many.
But what you're really saying, I suppose, is that we need to sit down with maybe your diary and your pen and say, this is what I need. And you then search that out, that you're getting the right thing. Like last night I had beautifully chilled water out of the tap, and I decided I was going to have some boiled cabbage and boiled potatoes and 3 slices of bacon. That was a lovely dinner. But I would not have ordinarily done that. I would have just been careless about dinner. But it's as important to eat the good dinner at the end of the day as to eat the good Weetabix at the beginning of the day.
Yeah, well, it's our body is there striving for good health somewhere along the line, and choices that we make can be quite important. But a lot of the time, it's an education thing for people, is that because there's a sort of an assumption that, well, they wouldn't sell it if it wasn't good for us.
Doesn't work. That's a dangerous one.
I mean, one of my big things is baby wipes, for example, and they've just, you know, these things have exploded everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's baby wipes. And they're, one of the first experiences I had with them was I was going to get my hair dyed, and I put it off pretty much as long as what I could, but being so dark, I'm quite white as well, so I decided I wasn't embracing the aging process too young, and I decided to go and get my hair dyed. And
see the way she tells you how to explain that to you.
Yeah, well, it's not something that I was, the reason I was doing it was because it's not something, I would have had friends that would have been dyeing their hair from all sorts of colours. It was a functional more than anything else. I'm probably a bit of...
So
So I went off, and the hairdresser was doing my hair, and there was, I suppose a lot of women will be more familiar with this, but there was dye at the side of my head, and again, because it was quite dark, you could see it. And I said to the girl, "What? You know, how do I take that off?" And she said, "Don't worry about it. A baby wipe will take it off."
My goodness.
And I thought, okay.
What's in that takes that off?
What's in that that's removing hair dye? Because soap won't take it off, water won't take it off, shampoo's not doing a great job with taking it off. And since then, I've obviously began to look at it and try to spread the message as much as what I can. But and then I was speaking to a girl the other day who works in a beautician's, and for tinting eyebrows and things like that, they'll use baby wipes to remove the dye and things. And you know, you're looking at these being used so frequently on little babies.
Crazy stuff.
And that's just the start of a process of the many other chemicals that we're exposed to that we believe because the marketeers do such a good job at allowing us to believe it.
Thankfully, this week, Northern Ireland Assembly, they have adopted the British legislation that forbids anything but plain packaging on cigarettes. So we're in there as well. We're going to be okay, because there was a danger we wouldn't have done that, but we did. We opted into the legislation. Tell me, how did your hypnosis go last week? Yeah,
our chat was good. I wasn't so much hypnotised as had a chat about what it can be used for and the benefits. So, but yes, we had a good show. And then it was, of course, about the Mind, Body, Spirit show in March.
When is that? Is that on in March?
23rd of February in Derry, and the week later, it's the 2nd of March, I think, in Belfast in the Waterfront Hall.
Yeah, okay. Now, your show today. 3 o'clock, isn't it?
3 o'clock today, yes. Live today, and it's with a lady from Dundalk, and we will be chatting about, I suppose, her journey to becoming a life coach or mentor, and basically just some tips for people who are maybe at crossroads or wanting to embrace a new path this year, or look at life a bit more positively and get on track and focus. So we talk about vision boards and
vision boards.
Yes, and having I think the general, just some people see it as, oh, this is all new stuff, but for years the people that have got on or have achieved what they would like to achieve in life have had a goal of what where they're heading, what direction they're going. And Marie's is quite an interesting story in that it actually, how she found her way to it was actually having experienced postnatal depression.
Oh God, yes.
And then the journey back to feeling good about life and having goals and having a vision of where she was heading and what she was doing.
See, we're assailed by the waiting enemies of ill health, depression and postnatal depression, PMT, middle-age crises and all the rest of it.
Us poor women get a...
It's not only you. I had a mid-age crisis and it ended up in a divorce, for Christ's sake.
That can happen.
What can you do?
It can.
Yes, poor women, I tell you.
Yeah, but I think hormones do play a big part, and that's again one of the reasons when we look at skincare products, so many of them have synthetic estrogen in them as a preservative, a very cheap synthetic estrogen product that have, in scientific experiments, have actually been shown to turn male fish female.
Wow, God.
So I think that's one that we certainly, and increasingly we're starting to see companies who are saying 0 parabens in there, which is good to see.
Absolutely. We're going to play some music now. Is that okay? Would you like
perfect,
that?
Yes.
Yeah. Sean, what we'll do is we'll go to some music and then we'll do we'll return to the news hub. Okay. Thank you, Sean.